welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to film something more chill where I could just chat about my current projects and about how life has been for me as a full-time artist. Recently, I've been thinking that I want to post more frequently on YouTube. I was thinking 2 videos a week, where one video is a more laid-back vlog or video diary kind of thing, and the other video is a more structured how-to or tutorial video. I'm going to sort of test it out with this video, and if it seems like people like it, then moving forward, on Tuesdays I'll be posting the more chill video, and on Fridays I'll keep posting more in-depth knitting related content. So for those of you that don't know, I made the decision to pursue art full-time about 2 months ago. I had been working on building up my small business on the side for a couple of years, but it just got to the point where it was all I could think about. It would be my first thought in the morning. I would think about it at work. I would dream about it at night. The idea of it was just sort of taking over my life. But I went back and forth on the decision for quite some time. Even though I had built up what I thought was a pretty solid foundation on Instagram, I knew that it would be a while before it was financially profitable. So I saved up some money, I made a plan, and here we are. So early on, I had a very rude awakening to how volatile and unkind the Instagram algorithm can be. After I quit my job, I suddenly had all this time to design and create. And like I said, I had saved up some money, so I thought, oh, I'll go buy some really luxury yarns and materials. I made this themed collection of pieces that I thought would be a huge success. It was not. And unfortunately, I did the one thing that you're definitely not supposed to do, which is take it really personally. I was only like 2 weeks into doing art full time, and I was already having a crisis. I had all of these thoughts going around in my head like, you're an idiot. Why did you quit your job? Have you considered that you're actually a really bad artist? But I had to pull myself together and just be like, no, you are a good artist. It's just the Instagram algorithm. I'll give you some examples. Here are my Instagram analytics from a post about a year ago, and here are my analytics from a recent post. Of course, there are other things that I could have done to make the drop more successful. I could have done more research on current trends instead of just making what I thought was pretty. Although that opens up the whole argument of like, art should be about expressing yourself and making what you like. And if you want to make money, you have to follow trends. So I'm still kind of undecided about where I stand on that front. I also could have done a better job marketing to my niche. I could have posted more content. I could have focused on making more engaging content. But at the end of the day, I've decided to look at it as more of a learning experience rather than a failure. The experience also pushed me to rethink my content strategy. Because if you're trying to be a full-time artist in 2024, content creation is just part of the job. Especially if you're a designer and you make clothes, online spaces are really the only places where you can really put your work out there. I don't really know of any local art galleries that typically put garments on display, and I'm definitely not getting invited to any fashion weeks anytime soon. So going into this, I knew that content creation online would be really the best way that I could build up my business. However, Instagram doesn't really have any options for direct monetization. If you have a good following, there are definitely opportunities for partnerships and collaborations. But in my experience in the yarn community, a lot of these partnerships involve gifted products as opposed to paid partnerships. And as sad as it makes me to say, I can't pay my rent with free yarn, which is why I've been looking to put more of my energy and resources into making content for YouTube. Because even though I'm very far away from being monetized, at least I know it's possible. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to start posting more often. So please subscribe if you want to see more knitting related content. In the midst of all of my stress from making content, I've still had plenty of time to make lots and lots of pieces. So I want to show you what I'm working on right now. So this first piece is going to be a shawl. As you can see, I haven't gotten very far yet. But I have been obsessed with shawls as summer tops recently. Here's this lovely little shawl that I found at the thrift store. Shawls are just so much fun because they cover your arms, but you don't have to worry about sleeves or anything tight and constricting during the summer. Really, anything that I can just throw on top of a bralette and call it a day, I'm in love with. So I found this beautiful ombre cotton yarn at my local yarn store, and I thought that it would be perfect for making a shawl. I can already tell by what I've knit up already that it's going to drape really nicely. And I'm using bigger needles than the recommended size, which is creating a really nice little mesh to maximize the breathability. The best and easiest way that I could think of to make the shawl shape was to just use raglan increases every couple of rounds. It's going to be kind of like knitting a top-down sweater, except I'm not going to join under the armpits and make sleeves. Hopefully I'll have more of an update for you on this piece in a couple of weeks. The other piece I'm working on, I actually shared a video of it on my shorts feed recently. It's like a mock turtleneck tank top. Here she is. This is what I have of it so far. This is just the back panel. This is actually my second attempt at making this top because on the first attempt, I got to the point where I was able to try it on and it was so small. It really is my own fault because I didn't make a proper gauge swatch to figure out the right length. But I've made some adjustments, so I'm thinking that the second try will be the one. So the back panel, like you just saw, is just one flat piece. And then the front is actually 3 panels that I'm sewing together. And you can sort of see the seams that will be here. It looked really pretty on my first attempt, even though the top turned out way too short. For this top, I'm using a lightweight wool yarn, and I'm using 8mm needles, which is creating this nice mesh texture. Of course, I added little bow details because I wanted to put my new tulip I-cord knitter to use, which besides learning how to use it in my last video, I haven't really found a good chance to use it yet. However, both of those pieces are kind of on the back burner right now because I had an idea and I've just been throwing all of my energy at it. It's so cute. I'm so proud of him. That's right, I'm going back to my crochet roots and I'm trying out amigurumi for the first time. If you know me in real life, then you know that I'm obsessed with blind boxes. So I had the idea, why not combine 2 things that I love? And so these little guys were born. I've been having so much fun making these. Like I said, it's my first time ever making crochet plushies, so there definitely was a learning curve. Just to give you some perspective, this was the first one that I made. Just to give you some perspective, this was the first one that I made. And then this is one of the more recent ones. They always say you will love your child no matter what, so I love him. But yeah, these are just sort of the base designs. They're each gonna have their own little personality and little extra details added on later. And I'm hoping to put them up on my Etsy sometime next week. So if you wanna check it out, I'll put the link in the description. Also, if you have any suggestions for pricing, please let me know. Like, be honest, how much would you pay for him? It's so tough, and this just goes for anything handmade. Like, of course, I want to get paid fairly for my time and the materials, but I also know that no one's going to spend $30 on a mini crochet plushie. That's actually another struggle that I've been having as a full-time artist. Going back to the drop that I was talking about earlier, I thought that I priced everything really fairly based on the time it took to make each piece and the luxury yarns that I used, and the pieces just didn't sell. I wish I had more answers related to why it didn't really work out, but I'm still very much in the learning stage of this whole process. And as soon as I have more small business related advice, you'll be the first to know. But yeah, please share any pricing ideas that you have for these little guys. Those are all the updates that I have for now. I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. I want to be more candid and open online, but it turns out there's a learning curve to that too. Recording this just kind of felt like, because I'm still not 100% comfortable talking to the camera. I'm hoping that I've improved since the first video though. Please let me know if you're interested in seeing more project and small business related updates, or if you want to see more day in the life stuff. Like I said, I want to start posting more often on YouTube, and I just love the idea of being able to post a more chill video and then a more structured video later in the week. Please like today's video if you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you sometime next week. I love you. Bye.